I'm beginning to hate my vacation. Skinny 17-year-old me starts coping. I'm on vacation with my family and beginning to hate it because I am sitting here scrolling my phone where I am supposed to just perform my last fucking set because I'm at the end of my workout and just need to finish. So anyway, I just put my phone down, do the last set and boom, finish. Finally. But now the real fun begins. Because this workout wasn't normal. This time I've gone hard. I did 9 sets of Bulgarian split squats. Easily one of the worst exercises. But this is the moment where the real fun begins. I struggled with walking. I struggled with standing. I even struggled with sitting on the toilet. This whole vacation turns into a nightmare for the next few days. It takes me 3 days until I can walk normally again. And even then, I wasn't even able to work out again. I had to skip next leg day because I was so sore. But in one of those moments where I was sitting on a toilet and my legs were burning, I realized, man, this can't be like that. I need to recover this. Okay, I need tools. I need to just speed up my recovery process. So this won't ever happen again. This is one of the key moments where I realized the importance of recovery is and that everyone who's truly serious of making progress needs to look at this recovery. Better recovery is basically the holy grail of every single athlete because training is only one part, but when you recover fast and properly, you can return sooner and train again and outwork your competition. If that sounds good, imagine yourself making way faster progress, way better gains, not because you now train harder, but just by recovering better. Okay, man, I give you now the bro science of recovery. So basically what recovery actually is. So recovery means adaptation. You must see it like this. When you train, you give the builders instruction. When you eat, you give them the building materials so they can build an epic temple. And when you recover, when you sleep, when you rest, they actually come out and start building. They sit down coffee after coffee and start building, start grinding to build your big ass temple. But they won't do this when they didn't get any good instruction, when they don't have time to rest, and when they don't have any building materials. So you can train as hard as you want, but they won't come out and build. Also, when you only eat shit, you hire gay builders who can't even lift the stones to build the temple. If you get this, then you're good to go. So when you enhance your recovery, then you give them even more coffee so they can work even harder. When you sleep more, they have more time to build. When you give them better building materials, the temple will just look and be built better and more stable, so it can last even longer. So I want you now to do me a little favor. Make this video just full screen, bro. It's just a waste of time. You don't need to scroll on your phone right now. If you're really smart, take a pen and a piece of paper and take some notes. Because this is how you will get the most out of this guide. By the way, I will show you many tricks on how to enhance your recovery, things to implement, things to just remember. So this is why we will create later a habit tracker where you can implement all of those habits. So it's very simple to follow all of them. So keeping that in mind, let's begin the guide. The first step, sleep. The best thing you could ever do is party, drink, smoke, get girls until 3 a.m. in the morning, go to bed and wake up in 4 hours again. Or at least that's good for getting pussy. But if gains are a concern of yours, this is basically the worst thing you could ever do. So let your skinny fat friends who have never seen the inside of a gym party as much as they want while you sleep like a baby. Because those workers I've told you about, they get active at night. They're like night active. So when you sleep, they come out and grind their shit out of the instructions you gave them earlier. So when they have enough material and instruction, they are building. In the start of 2023, I'm looking down extremely frustrated and disappointed. I'm looking into a trash bin, and on the bottom of that there's laying some medicine. For the last few weeks, I couldn't even sleep properly. When I went to the doctors, they just gave me useless medicine which didn't even work. A waste of money, a waste of time. Instead of even just looking at me, they only sell me drugs, which didn't even help. I'm feeling sick and tired and have brain fog and the worst. No gains. On this day, I cried. I cried like a little baby. Seemingly hopeless. All effort I put in are for nothing. I ate enough. I trained hard. But I didn't sleep properly. And this was the bottleneck holding me back. For a whole 6 months, I didn't make any progress. I didn't saw any adaptation, and I was depressed as fuck just because my sleep wasn't on point. It was much later when I realized what things caused this condition. But this is just one example of why it's so important to improve your sleep, because if this guy would have had a clue how many mistakes he did every single day, this wouldn't have ever happened. And I could have easily saved like 20 pounds of gains. Easily. If I would have just known better. So, how do we actually improve our sleep? And it's actually very simple. You've glued your face to a screen. You don't even get those 8 hours of sleep you've heard of. So don't even ask me, but how do I improve my sleep? You know exactly what it means. When you've already did it, and stop scrolling at 3 a.m. in the morning and get those 8 hours of sleep every single night. Then we can talk about other things you need to implement. I give you now a big ass long list of things to implement, and I'm telling you why and how to implement them correctly. The first thing is wake up every single day at the same time, go to sleep every single day at the same time. This is so fucking simple. You must realize this. Your body, of course, adapts to the shift. So you get sleepy at every single day at the same time. It's just the rhythm every single day, same time. Of course, you can change it up every few months, but don't think like, okay, but on the weekends I sleep more or a little bit less, and then I change this. On this day I do this. Every single day at the same time, go to sleep every single day at the same time. It's so simple. Just follow this, and this is already the highest ROI you can get. The second thing is no food. Literally no food. 90 minutes prior bedtime. Some people talk about 3 hours, some about 6 hours. For me, no food, 90 minutes prior bedtime works. You must see it like this. Imagine the workers are now building. They are fully focused on the building. They are building your temple. They have this in mind, this big picture of this epic temple. The boss is yelling at them, "Go faster! You're doing this. You're doing this so well, my workers." And then beep, beep, beep. You come with a gigantic order of building supply, which is completely messed around. They need to which is completely messed around. They need to look at the materials, they need to sort it out. It takes so much time. And then beep, 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 your alarm rings. And okay, the worker time is over. Now you wake up. They spend all the time digesting the food, looking at the building materials, and don't have time to do the high ROI task, which is building. So it's smarter when the workers are more inactive, which is daytime, to eat during the daytime. But make sure to keep it away from the night so the workers don't have to spend their time looking at the building supply, looking at the building materials, because when they order building materials, it isn't just like one block of stone bricks, one block of wood. No, it's like everything covered in each other, and someone needs to take time to sort all this shit. And those workers are better at building things. During the daytime, other workers are active, who can take the time to digest everything, to sort everything. But during nighttime, don't have food digesting, because this process takes way more energy. Energy which would be way more useful. If you just eat a little banana before you go to sleep, bro, this won't do shit. But when you have your big protein oats bowl right before going to sleep, your big bowl lentils or vegetables, something which is pretty difficult to digest, even though it's important to build your epic temple, it's a bad idea. But bro, if you snack some little food or just a few nuts, bro, this won't do shit. The third thing, don't drink anything prior bedtime. Of course, your workers need water to function properly, but it's like when they have too much water, they need to run to the toilet every few minutes and they can't get into this focused state of building a temple properly. So don't hydrate them too much because then they will run to the toilet. And when I say that, I mean, of course, you wake up during the night and you will run to the toilet because if this happens to you often, this will just destroy your sleep over time. Many people argue, but this is normal, but it's okay. But bro, how do we want to sleep? 8 hours of complete rest or 7 hours of mediocre rest. So don't drink anything prior bedtime. Also, you can add a little bit salt to your last meal of the day. For me, I just sprinkle some salt on top of it. Tastes good. Or my last glass of water during the day, I sprinkle some little bit of salt in there. As an athlete who probably has a healthy diet, it's really important that you keep up your salt intake high because when you sweat a lot, you lose a lot of salt. And most people actually consume way too much salt. But as an athlete, I won't even worry about that. By the way, if you have brain fog often or don't feel dizzy or you see black after standing up, bro, you need to eat more salt. Those are just symptoms of low blood pressure. You can get this checked, but this is a side topic. The fourth, morning sunlight. Your eyes, you must realize this. Your eyes are like daylight sensors in Minecraft. If you were into Redstone in Minecraft, you know this. There are those daylight sensors, and when they detect sunlight, which shines onto the daylight sensor, they send a redstone signal and you can use for some redstone traps. The more important part about this is when it's daylight, when daylight shines into your eyes, it makes you awake. It makes sense. Your eyes are one of those daylight sensors, and when light shines into it, they realize it's day. So of course it makes you awake. They add some processes in your whole fucking body. It activates your dick. It deactivates your morning wood. Not just kidding. Maybe it does. I actually not sure. Maybe it does. Okay. You need to get sunlight in the morning. And I'm not talking about like bright lights in your room and your light switch. No. Those won't work because they are way too weak. The sun is a fucking gigantic fireball in the universe. It's way stronger, bro. It's way stronger than those weak lamps in your house. So you should get every single day for the rest of your life, bro. If you can take anything from this guide, just do this. This can just transform your life completely. It's like coffee. There's so many office workers who wake up, then go to the coffee machine and have like 10, 20 coffees a day. And I don't even get morning sunlight. Bro, this is way stronger. This works way better. So I have this here. See this lamp? This is actually the shit that shines into my face all the time. This lamp is almost as strong as sunlight. It's like 3 times weaker, but normal lamps are like 1,000 times weaker than normal sunlight. So this is a really good investment. I will link it in the description there. This is not sponsored. Or just get normal sunlight. But since I wake up before the sun is even out, this works better. And the fifth thing is no lights prior bedtime. Before you go to sleep, you should avoid bright lights. And it makes sense. Or you have already heard your phone, that the blue light there, it's so bad. No, the blue light is what makes you awake. But this is only good in the morning hours, during the day, maybe in the afternoon, but not in the evening. In the evening, like 3 hours before you go to bed, it's really smart to avoid every bright light. Also, your phone, you can put it on grayscale. Actually, you might don't believe this. I put it on grayscale so it doesn't disrupt me and shit. I put the brightness of my laptop completely down so it doesn't disturb my sleep and the shit. I'm actually taking this extremely serious because the last piss I take every single day, so I don't have to take it in the middle of the night. I actually take it in the dark. I go to the toilet, don't even put the lights on, close the door, have my last piss, wash my hands and go to sleep. You can believe this or ignore this, but I'm extreme with this. The sixth thing is no caffeine after 2 p.m. Do I even need to tell you why? Do I even need to tell you why? All of those office workers who drink their 20th cup caffeine at 12 a.m. Bro, their sleep is fucked. And of course, when you drink a lot of caffeine, especially in the afternoon and in the evening, bro, of course your sleep is fucked. So stop drinking coffee, stop drinking even pre-workout, bro. Many gym bros heard this, but pre-workout is a shit. Bro, it's shit. I actually have never taken pre-workout. I put in the music and get warm up and get sweaty, and then I'm already focused. If you need pre-workout to work out, you won't make it. So no caffeine in the evening. The last sleep tip I want to give you here, you will like this way more. Okay. Read until you fall asleep. So this is what I do every single evening. You can't see this, but every single day I have some books laying right next to my bed, and I read them until I fall asleep by myself. So I read, and it's smart to pick a more boring book. So I read until my eyes close, and then repeat this process. Okay, read, and now eyes close again, and after the third time, I just put the book aside, turn off those LED lights, and just sleep, bro. It takes me like 2 minutes then to fall asleep. So this is just one pro trick. This is just one pro trick to fall asleep, but it's really important. Pick a more boring book. If you have this book like, oh, this is so interesting, I will implement this all. This isn't the right one. Maybe read like Alice in Wonderland or something like that. Here's the actionable step. You will now take 1 to 3 habits I've told you now and implement them right away. So right now we will also start building our habit tracker so we can follow them very easy. Now, since you have already forgotten most of the habits I mentioned up to this point, I will repeat myself here. Wake up, go to sleep at the same time every single day. No food prior bedtime, nor no drinking prior bedtime. Get morning sunlight. No lights prior bedtime. No lights prior bedtime. No caffeine after 2 p.m. And read until you fall asleep. Okay, we will build a habit tracker like this. On this side, you will write down the dates of the month. For me, it's like it's the 4th of January today. So I will start with the 4th of January. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This isn't a kindergarten, you know what I'm talking about here. Then, after writing those down, completely to the bottom, you start writing down your habits. So let's see. In this moment, I just pretend to be you. So, okay, I had shit sleep for the last few years. Okay, what should I implement? Okay, morning sunlight. So MS. Okay, I shouldn't eat anything in the evening. So no food. 90 minutes. Then I should implement this with the reading. So read. So this is how it could look like now. We make lines down to the bottom, bro. You don't need to do this like cute and make it look good, bro. Nobody cares. The only thing that matters most is that you will understand your own habit tracker, because if you can't even read this properly, you won't follow any of those habits. Now, you make those lines to the bottom. Now, for every single number, you make another line. So, them. This is how it looks now. Make sure to have some space here, because later we will implement even more habits. So let's just simulate this. You made sure today you already fucked up to get your morning sunlight. So you make a cross at the morning sunlight for this day. Then, oh, no food 90 minutes prior bedtime. I did this correctly. So you make a hook. And reading, I fucked up with this. It's completely okay to fuck up. It's completely okay to fuck up once in a while. It's completely okay to fuck up every single day with one of those habits. just make sure when you see that you fucked up, still make a cross. Because when you don't make a cross, you don't learn anything. Because when you already made 3 crosses in a row, you realize, oh fuck, I need to do this more often. Okay, how can I make sure to do this more often? So this is how mine looks for today. Tomorrow I made sure to get my morning sunlight, but no food 90 minutes prior bedtime. Nah, I snacked down a whole pack of nuts. This was a bad idea. And reading. Okay, this time I made sure to do the read. And then I did this wrong, and then I did this wrong, and then I did this and this. See, this is how it could look like. Later we'll implement even more habits, so make sure to have this nearby. At the end, just put it on your wall, or how I did it. I literally taped it on my desk, because then it's really easy to write onto it. Because when it's on your wall, it's pretty easy, pretty difficult to make crosses. Studies show when you visualize yourself doing something, you're way more likely to do it, and you're better at performing this. So right now, you imagine yourself in the future doing those habits. Okay, tomorrow's morning sunlight, eating, drinking, and you just visualize yourself doing anything, bro. You can do this in any life situation. When you're trying to learn something, a skill, when you, I don't know, dunking basketballs, just imagine yourself before you dunk them to dunk them completely. The second step, nutrition. Beginner me does a big ass mistake. He drinks a protein shake, or at least he thought so, because this one weirdest guy online told him it takes 3 years to digest protein powder. So of course, beginner me actually believed this idiot. And what were the consequences? You must realize this. At this point, I was still a vegan. So this was my last one. I stopped consuming those protein shakes, but just after a few days, and I noticed a gigantic change. And it wasn't that I got superhuman power because I stopped drinking protein shakes because they are so poisonous. No. The soreness, it won't go away. It won't go away. I am still sore from the workout I did 1 week ago. And it doesn't stop. Only introducing protein shakes again made it stop again. So what did I learn with that? Is that I need to consume protein to repair my muscles again. And this made me also realize that I just need to stick to a good, healthy diet to make my best gains. And since there are foods which make your recovery skyrocket, I need to tell you what they are. You've already heard properly. Before your workout, you need to have a pre-workout meal like oats and carbs, and this is already a good thought. But it's really important to have simple digesting carbs and simple digesting protein. So what does this even mean? So to make it simple, either before or after your workout, you have a very simple digesting meal. So for example, before your workout, you have simple digesting carbs like rice, or I wouldn't really recommend oats, but if you really like oats, I guess they're okay, but I wouldn't say that they are ideal. So rice and eggs. And have some time between your pre-workout meal and your actual workout, because you can't work out properly on a full stomach. You can't do squats with like your belly full of digesting food. Also add like some fruit, like banana is the classic, or kiwis, or just something you eat before your workout, containing some simple sugars. I know some people will tell you, fruit is evil, fruit is making you fat. Fruit is okay, bro. Just believe me. Just believe me. Fruit is okay. Have those before your workout. Or the alternative is to have a heavier meal before your workout, but have more time between your meal and your workout. And I would still recommend just eating before your workout like a kiwi or a banana, just snacking down some fruit, because this gives you some good energy and good pumps during your workout. And then have a very simple digesting meal after your workout. Again, remember when I said you shouldn't eat too hard prior sleep? This is one example of that, because when you eat a big ass bowl just right before going to sleep, bro. It won't really matter whether you put 90 minutes between that or not. If it's just a smaller meal, if it's just a smaller meal, the time gap between sleep and the meal can be closer. Then maybe have eggs and rice, or I don't know, or potatoes and rice, or sweet, or potatoes and eggs, or I guess chicken breast is also pretty easy to digest. So sweet potatoes and chicken breast. Just get a little bit creative with that. EAAs is also something you could take because after your workout, it's ideal to directly get some quick ass protein into yourself. And EAAs are just the easiest to digest protein you can get. So just having your shake with amino acids and get it down. So the actionable step is to get your habit tracker again and make another line down. So write down easy to digest meal, whether you have it before your workout or after your workout. I don't really care. Just make sure that it works well with your sleep and your daily schedule. I personally go with pre because after a workout I'm usually extremely hungry and it's easier to get down to it's easier to get down all the bulking calories, but that's just personal preference. And again, make a line to the bottom. So the next thing you need to understand here is what are what are antioxidants? So you've probably already heard this. Antioxidants, they are so good for you, and you need to eat cinnamon and ginger and turmeric and what else? And beans and blueberries. This is the classic. But what does the science say here? So in all my research, I have found that antioxidants are good for you as long as you understand how to use them because there are antioxidants in foods in like blueberries and beans and all the shit you hear all day and antioxidants in form of supplements and I'm actually a promoter of taking supplements because they have an immense impact on your health. As an athlete, I would skip the antioxidant supplements because when you, for example, take vitamin C, which is an antioxidant, you have already heard this, and you need to eat more vitamin C to not get sick, which is true. But when you take it directly after a workout, all the instructions for your builders, where you shouted at them, builders, you need to build this well, you need to do it like this and this and this. The builders basically forget that. Your nervous system realizes, oh, there was no instruction, so you don't need to build. It's like it's like unfair, okay? It actually helps you to recover faster, but it prevents the adaptation. So even after just doing some cardio to for your heart health and all this shit, it basically kills you again. So supplements are a bad idea. Also, I would avoid turmeric or cinnamon right after a workout, but like fruit, vegetables, ginger is also okay. In all my research, I couldn't really find something about ginger, but I actually feel really good drinking ginger before a workout. This is just one tip. You can actually try this out. Just drink some ginger tea if you like it, of course, before a workout, and bro, you get good pumps, bro. This works well. Blueberries, fruit, vegetables after a workout, bro. This is completely okay. Nothing will happen from that. Now we'll come to the supplements you can take. Again, I'm a big promoter of supplements because you must realize this. They are basically hacking your body. Many of them have only positive effects on you. So they're just a good investment. They're just an immensely good investment. You must realize this. You give away $20 per month for a good supplement, and your health increases by 20%, 10%. Your focus is way better. You have better mood. You have better mental health. You are even more happy, bro. This is just a good investment. Instead of spending your money on fucking alcohol and cigars and cigarettes, thinking like, oh, a good cigar. The first one I want to talk about here is pre-work now. I don't like pre-workout. It's creatine. So if you're more into fitness, you know creatine, and this and that it pumps more, it pumps more, it pumps more water into your muscles, which is why they appear fuller. It makes you a little bit stronger. It's even good for your brain. You might have heard that it's bad for hair growth, Yes and no. It makes your beard grow more because it increases a hormone in your body, which is a form of testosterone basically, which is bad for your normal hair growth and but very good for a beard. Just need to look at your genetics. If your father is already bald, your grandfather is already bald, what can you do to prevent this for you? Something you also need to keep in mind is when the father of your mother, so basically your grandfather, had good hair, it's a it's a sign that you will also have really good hair. And if he was bald, you know what will happen to you. So taking creatine will just increases the chance. But if the chance was already low before that, you don't need to worry about this. All the good benefits of creatine truly outweigh this one tiny problem of maybe getting bald. Now, it makes you stronger, it makes your muscles appear bigger, it even improves your brain health, your eye health, all this shit. Now, the next one is omega-3 supplements. You've already heard. The Japanese they are so healthy because they eat so much fish and yes, they are. You must see it like this. They're like algae in the sea, bro. This is just the bro science. They're like algae in the sea and they produce like omega 3. And then the fish eats the algae and has even more omega 3 in itself. So when you then eat the fish or the algae or the oil made from both, you get the omega 3 inside you. So what does your body do with omega 3 fatty acids? So normal fatty acids, your body just burns them, not with omega-3 because it's so fucking important for you. It just increases your whole health, heart health, all this shit. Better health means better recovery. So taking omega-3 is also a really good investment. And the last one, vitamin D3. Remember this, vitamin D3 makes your D3 because it's also good for testosterone. Maybe keep that in mind. Taking vitamin D3 is not only good for like your bones and all this shit, it also is shown to improve your recovery. So the actionable step here is take one and buy it. I know this sounds like a scammer, this guy is sponsored. No, I am not sponsored here. I wish I was sponsored. I'm basically sponsored by your progress because when you buy those, I can almost guarantee you making just a little bit more progress. So take one and implement it. So we will add to our habit tracker sub. The third step, stress. So you've been always told that stress is bad. You need to avoid stress, it destroys you, it's bad for your health. So the question is this real or is this not? So yes and no. So when you are stressed 24/7, like the normal office worker who drinks 10 cups of coffee before 9 a.m. When you're stressed all the time, where you can't even sleep properly, where you're always stressed in this middle. Of course, this is bad. Most people are just in the middle stress line. They don't have like this big peak of stress and then it goes down again. No, they have always this middle line, and this is bad. Okay, I'm now showing you how good stress would look like. You wake up, you get stressed because when you wake up, you should get stressed. Then it normalizes again. And then you do your workout and boom, it goes up. You finish your workout, boom, it goes down again. And this is throughout the whole day. So you have this lower line of stress you need to maintain. You need to maintain down there, but not high up there like all those office worker motherfuckers. But then something important comes. Then you want stress. Then you want to be more stressed. When I'm here recording, I should be more stressed because this makes me more alert. When I'm more alert, I can give you more value and you can get better results. So I get a little bit stressed right now. So I'm up here. I press then on the button, the recording stops and boom, down again. Just take some pause, I take some deep breaths and I'm back again. This is how we want to use stress. This is how it's intended. When the caveman ancestor was, I don't know, he was hunting, he was a little bit stressed. And then the tiger came from a little bit stressed to boom! He escaped the tiger, got home, his wife greets him, stressed out. This is how you're supposed to live. What I call here stress is basically just the hormone cortisol in your body. When the hormone cortisol increases, the testosterone decreases. Bro, it won't do shit. If like your cortisol hormone is up, you escape the tiger, you finish the workout, down. nothing happens. Bro, the testosterone is safe, nothing happened. But if it stays up there, the testosterone go, you lose testosterone. You lose testosterone. And when your testosterone is low, your whole recovery is fucked. How can we control stress to our advantage? So the first thing is just have this mindset. Peaks of stress are good, long-term stress is bad. So I want to already give you here a little tool. On the Human Lab podcast, you probably know Dr. Human. He gave us this instruction. Use the physiological side. This is how it's called. So it's basically like this. Do this with me right now. This is an actionable step. So you breathe in through your nose. This is important. Through your nose. Then a second time in. Then slowly out. Every time you're in like a stress situation, you're arguing with a family member, you've got a bad grade, you're just in a situation where you just feel awful, mostly psychological. Use this, and you will see you calm down, you feel better, and okay, your head gets free, you can think rational again. Also after a workout, after doing something hard, after working hard, use this physiological side to just calm yourself down. It's like having this stress switch. When you start the workout, boom, it's on. You have the workout, and then physiological side, boom, it's off again. Most people are just stuck in the middle all the time, like, and it just doesn't work properly. Here's some other tools to control stress. So I want to give you the thing that changed the most for me. So most people will now come up with meditation and gratitude journaling. Both are awesome, but what made the biggest difference was reading Psycho-Cybernetics. This is just a book about mindset and controlling yourself and thinking rational, because you have many emotions in yourself which just are very irrational and keeps you away from your goals. But when you read this book, you will understand that those emotions don't define you, and how to think correctly. You're like, the author always described it as this. The author always described it like this: you're a torpedo trying to get to it, trying to hit your goal. Normally, a torpedo should hit a ship, but let's just say this is the ship, which is your goal. This is the course you're supposed to go. But then you make a little mistake. So now you've started, you made a little mistake. Most people will go like this, like, because they can't control their stress. They can't control themselves. But you're the smart one. You have read the book. So the torpedo goes, it makes a tiny mistake, and oh, I made a mistake. It goes in this direction, and boom, hits the goal. So it's like thinking rational. I can really recommend this book. I will link it in the description. The last thing here is you need to have proper social relationships. So just talking to people, get more social, bro. Of course, I understand here. If you're still listening, the chance is really high that you're an introvert. And this isn't something bad, but when you don't have any social relationships, bro, this is so fucking unhealthy. And when you are so unhealthy and depressed all the time, your stress is high and your recovery is low. So you need to get some social relationships, whether this is a girlfriend or your mother, your brother, just talking to people. This can have an immense impact. And I'm not the first person who tells you this, but maybe I'm the last one who needs to. The fourth step: how to work out for recovery. I'm feeling so ashamed because I'm in the gym training my calves. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm already training for 3 hours. A while ago, I would have just thought, okay, no pain, no gain, I'm just training harder than everybody else. But bro, all those fucking bodybuilders who are professional, who are making their living with that, they train all for 1 hour. And here I, clown, come there and think like, oh, I'm so disciplined, I train for 3, 4 hours a day. This just sucks, bro. This just sucks for recovery. And do you know why every single bodybuilder just trains for 1 hour a day? Because nothing more is necessary. So again, I come home late, eat my dinner way too close to bedtime, have very bad sleep, and make bad gains. I just see no progress, my life gets worse, my sleep gets worse, and even my mood gets worse. If I would have just reduced the volume, I could have made way better gains with less effort. The ideal time to train, if you ask me, is training 1 hour a day, but keeping up the frequency way higher. So instead of training 4 days a week, 2 hours at a time, just train 6 days a week with 1 hour. Because when this workout is about resistance exercises, it's a really bad idea to increase this time because then you're at first less focused. Second, it doesn't even help you make any gains. Bro, I'm talking from experience. Don't waste your time in a gym. 1 hour, then you can talk to the gym rules there, but 1 hour pure workout, 1 hour pure focus. An actionable step you can follow here is the next time you're at the gym, work out 1 hour focused on the workout, but then you look around the gym and look at the more jacked guys, those guys who clearly make good progress, not the fat guy who is on his seventh diet this year and didn't work again. No, no. The jacked guy who clearly makes good progress, who clearly follows a good diet, who clearly has a six pack. This guy, you ask, how long do you train? How long do you recommend to train? And he will, and chances are high he will say, and chances are high we will say 1 hour, maybe 45 minutes, but 1 hour. This guy is more jacked than you, so listen to him. This is a minor thing, but I really wanted to mention it here. Don't be smart. You maybe think like, oh, cold showers are so good for me. Maybe I should do them after a workout. No. Because after a workout, when you're already hot and sweaty, the cold shower will actually feel good. And this is a sign that it doesn't work. Look, after a workout, of course, cold showers are good for recovery, but when you do them after a workout, you not only recover better, you will also give the builders worse instructions. So the builders again, they will forget about they will forget, so again, the builders will forget what you have told them. So don't be smart. Don't think you're smart when you do cold showers after training. So now we come to active recovery. And active recovery is basically about the waste products in your muscles. So when you're working out hard, there are of course waste products in your muscle of all of those processes which need to occur to just move the weights. You need to pump them out. No, seriously, you need to pump them out, all of this shit. And what makes your blood go faster so that with your blood you can pump it out? So after your workout, you do some cardio. Like for example, after your leg day, you want blood to go into your legs and get all of those waste products out, so they are clean and you're not as sore. So you just hop on the assault bike, or I don't even need to do any of those because after every workout I drive with my bike home again. So I have a bike and the gym is so nearby. I just need to hop on the bike, drive to the gym for like 5 minutes and 5 minutes home. So this is also a good warm up and a form of active recovery. Or after like push day, go to the punching bag and just try out anything. Or after arms, like a shadow box, or just do anything to get some blood in there, maybe get a little bit sweaty again. It's a good thing to just finish off the hard work. So the actionable step is take your sheet again here, write down active R. You will understand this. Active recovery. Make another line down. Now, after every workout, just do any form of active recovery, even if it's just shadow boxing, 30 seconds. Like, just make it specific. Just make it specific. If you had like push day, do shadow box. If you had like leg day, hop on the assault bike, or just after your workout, just go in your garden and do some garden work where you just move around a little bit. This also works pretty well. I've already told you how stress works, and to use stress to your advantage, you must have heights and depths. Now, after a workout, you follow this protocol. Don't listen to your brain. It will say, oh, this is cringe, I won't do this, I don't have time for this. Just listen to me here. After the workout, you come home, or if you don't come home, just take any place which is restful to you. Sit in a chair or just lay in your bed, close your eyes, and follow the protocol I've linked in the description. And follow the protocol linked in the description. It's called an NSDR protocol. This is a protocol which basically activates your recovery. I've already told you about the physiological side. This protocol is this on steroids, because when you do this, you actually realize how alert, how stressed you actually are. Even though you don't really feel like it, you're extremely stressed after a workout. This Following this protocol is just taking that switch of stress and putting it down again. It's like an exercise where you breathe and then focus on your body parts and then just lay down, cool down, you stop thinking. It's almost like sleeping, but you're awake. And I also recommend do this before your post-workout meal, because when you eat directly after when you eat before the protocol, you're pretty likely to fall asleep, because it's actually a pretty bad idea to lay down after a meal. Because just realize this, when your food is in your stomach, it needs to be moved around so it can go down the digestive tract properly. So you must imagine again your caveman ancestor, he hunted, he had a good meal, and then he didn't really lay down. He walked around like on a tribe, played with the children, played with his wolf, and I don't know, played with his wolf. So his food moved around. So it's a bad idea to just lay down after a meal. The fifth step, the deload. So have you ever heard the term deload? Because it's really important when you're serious about training. So I'm talking So I often talk about training hard, training properly, training to failure, just grinding in gym. But the deload is the complete opposite, because during the deload you basically train like a grandma. You just show up to the gym, mess around a little bit like a complete beginner, and go home again. It's just reducing your training to such minor level that you might even think that it's even not that it's actually not worth going to the gym. And you might actually be right, but deloading is after training hard. After training hard, of course, you get fatigued. Of course, when you train like I do, 6 days a week. If you train like I do, 6 days a week, train hard, train for 1 hour, pure focus. Of course, even though you take rest days, in the long term, it just can't work like that. So you need to take a deload. And during this period, you take 1 week off the gym. You maybe go to the gym, do less reps, just literally train like an idiot. Less weight, less reps. Just go to the gym, and if you would only focus on a workout, like 20-minute workout at most, just to get some blood in the muscle there and just maintain that. And then during this time where the training sucks and it isn't fun, and you think that, bro, I just want to train chest properly again, I just want to get a pump properly again. After 1 week, you return, and you return even stronger, because all those professional motherfuckers, because before a powerlifter has before a powerlifter goes to a competition or a strongman, they all take a deload, because then after the peak training, they take a deload, 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 and then you return even stronger, because then they are at their peak performance. So once in a while, like the bro science here is like, when you feel like you can't maintain this training any longer, just take a deload, man. When you notice that your sleep is getting worse, you feel worse, you get headaches all day, you have brain fog, just take a deload, man. During this time, you can work on something else, like your YouTube channel or something. And if you want concrete instructions for a deload, do it like this. You train half the days you would normally train, do half the exercises you would normally do half the sets you would normally do, with half the weight and half the reps. Then it's a deload. Then you actually need to show up like twice a week for those deload workouts, just to maintain the muscle so it doesn't shrink in your, just so your arms won't shrink in and fall off. Here's a little bonus. Testosterone. Now I'm actually working on a full ass testosterone guide. But I want to give you here a little tip before I come to that. Most tools I mentioned here are also good for testosterone, so keep them in mind. But until the guide is made, I want you to follow one final actionable step. It's to test your testing your testosterone. So when you live in like Europe, Austria, Germany, you can probably just go to the doctor and ask like, hey, can I get a blood test? And mention, hey, please check my testosterone also. If you live like in America, where the health system is kind of shit, if you're honest here, where you need to pay for shit, or in the UK, it's a really good investment to pay for a proper testosterone test. So you go to the doctor and ask like, hey, how much does it cost for me to get a testosterone test? And he's like, okay, it takes this much money. Bro, this is a good investment. When I then release my testosterone guide, you can slowly implement all of the new tools I mentioned in there, and you see the testosterone goes slowly up again, maybe even doubles itself. I'm not overestimating this here. I'm also honest here. 99% of people won't do this. Okay, 99% of people have already clicked away, but the other 99% of people who are still here won't even do this. If you have the opportunity to do this, especially when you live in one of those countries where it's basically free to make a testosterone test, it's truly a waste of potential if you don't do this. Now, since you've probably already forgotten most of the things here, I will repeat myself. Improve your sleep, have better nutrition, lower your long-term stress, work out smart, and all of this leads to better gains, better recovery, better mood, better sleep, better everything. So if you like this guide, please leave a like and subscribe. No, I won't do this here. You can check out my other gym guides, and yeah, before this video is getting any longer, work smarter and harder. And by the way, I also wanted to mention here that I now do coaching. So if you're interested in a coaching call with me, if you're interested in a coaching program with me where I teach you all of this gym shit, all of this recovery testosterone shit, we could work together. So if you're truly serious about making progress, click on the top link in the description right now. But for everybody else, work smarter and harder.